Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another program, or Roselle Insider, the program that shows the best of Roselle for the community. And today we have a really nice program with Sergeant Major Jose Molina from the JCOTC in Abraham Clark. How you doing? How's everything?
I'm doing good, sir. Thank you for inviting me. Once I heard about it, I was a little nervous, but after just anxious to actually come and do it. So it's cool.
Awesome. Well, we'll see a lot of nice things about this program. We'll see the kids sometimes in some of the events of the Roselle community, in some of the games and some of the official events. But we're curious to know, first of all, what is the JCOTC program?
So JCOTC stands for Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. Pretty much every branch has one at the high school level and then also at the college level. But the program emphasizes on building, informed leaders, better citizens. The program ultimately gives the kids the ability or platform to be able to work on their leadership skills.
So tell us a little bit more in terms of Roselle, the borough of Roselle. Where exactly are you guys located? What are the ages in order to qualify for this program?
Okay. So to be able to join the program, you just have to be a high school student. Ages are grades 9 through 12. We are actually located inside of the high school. We have a classroom, and then we also have the kids for PE. So we do some physical training stuff there in the high school as well. The program has actually been around for 25 years. This year, September, marked 25 years of the program.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but again, so as long as you're a high school student and you go to the school, then you're qualified to be able to join.
So how it works? I mean, the kids go to school and then they go to the program, or it's part of the daily basis of the school. How it works for the people?
Yep. So we've been in the district, like I said, for over 25 years, and with that, the kids take the course as part of their curriculum. So they are actually meeting graduation requirements, and they're more of the elective portion of it. So we do get them for PE. They'll get the credits for the year for PE, which is a high school graduation requirement, and then we get them for leadership education. So we actually fall under CTE, which is the career technical education portion of it, and then they get credit from there, again, which ultimately goes towards the graduation requirements.
That's amazing. But what are the benefits that the kids have in order to get this kind of training? Because it's physical training, but it's also a lot of I wouldn't say mental training, but it's also help to build them in terms of be on time, be more responsible, be part of a team. How that work?
Yep. So you kind of hit it right on the button. It's more of the intangibles that we're working on, the leadership skills. Being more resilient. Working on your time management. A big emphasis in the military is your discipline, and a lot of the kids lack that a little bit, not in a negative way, but just they haven't been able to hone those skills at the younger age. So we bring in the foundation of the Marine Corps, and we, as me and my other instructor that I work with, First Sergeant Ramos, we are focusing on those. We actually have a curriculum that is approved by our higher headquarters, MCJROTC, but we have a specific curriculum that goes from freshman all the way to senior year. And we talk over a vast, topics in the program. Anything from, the Marine Corps birthday, the customs and courtesies traditions that we know as military members. But then we also talk about the core values, and we kind of tie those things into the core values that we have at our own high school. But all the way down to, being respectful, being professional, the customs and courtesies, we're also a lot of hands-on, I would say. So the kids don't just get to see it on the screen, so they actually got to, get to implement it. The whole program is actually cadet-led. So, me and the other instructor that's there, we're kind of like mentors and the advisors of the cadet leadership. And those cadets get to, again, they get to learn it, see it, and then they get to implement it every single day there in the program.
Something that I love about this program is that this program is very, like you said, hands-on, but it also it shows the love for the city. You guys go to a lot of the events of the city, from the parades to some of the Board of Education meetings to the graduations, some of the games. Talk to us about that.
So that's actually one of my favorite parts about the program. You know, we have 153, 54 kids right now, and I would say probably about 33% of the program, our cadets are volunteering their time, and a big portion of our program is about giving back to the community. Volunteerism, community service. So every opportunity that we have to be able to, highlight our program in the community, we try to jump on it. But the kids love to do it. So like you mentioned, the board meeting, the board's meetings for the district happen once a month, and they're at 7 o'clock at night. And I literally have, kids, wanting and saying, hey, my turn's coming up. Like, I want to be able to participate and then do that. It takes a lot of courage, to be on that platform. But just like you also mentioned, there's community events in the community where we'll have parades. We'll do other ceremonial details as well. I like highlighting our program, but I also like giving the kids the opportunity to go out and then do it.
It sounds amazing. We'll have seen them in many occasions, and it's really nice to see them in their uniform and carrying the flag and the formality. I mean, it's amazing, and I hope you guys can see this in the next event. And something that I really love about this program, Roselle is a very diverse community. A lot of Hispanic kids, a lot of African American kids from many different nationalities, and I've seen that in your program as well. And it's beautiful to see all together in one representing Roselle.
Yes, I totally agree.
Tell me a little bit more.
Yeah. So again, the program is open to everybody that goes to school there. And just like you said, Roselle is very diverse. So we have a lot of different backgrounds. The great thing about this year is that we have a new instructor, and he speaks Spanish, and that opened the door for a lot of kids to actually want to join after the first couple months of being in school. It was just a way to be able to obviously communicate, but it's also a way for their voice to get heard.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Taking in consideration that at this moment, 50% and plus of the students in Roselle, especially the little ones, are Hispanic that have Hispanic background. So to have somebody who speaks Spanish at least the first years, when they come, it's amazing. Now, we talk about the benefits, we talk about, the program itself. Talk to me about some of the, I would say, what happened after they finish the program.
Got it. That actually comes up a lot from kids and their parents. They're a little hesitant because they think joining JCOTC, you have to join the military. It's actually the complete opposite. Like, our goal isn't to recruit people and then have them join the military. Our goal is to help them mature into successful young adults after high school. If they do wish to be able to go in the military, then they have some kind of knowledge and background. But ultimately, we've had a good turnout with kids focus on college, and then, a little bit more prepared for the, life after high school.
That's amazing. Do you remember some of the successful cases? I will say it, people who have joined the military, or people who and I'm telling you this because the last time on the last graduation of the high school, the lady who was the who did the final speech, for the graduates, was part of the program, and she actually mentioned, the program, and she mentioned how this program in her community helped her, to go through a lot of things that, we find out, that particular day that some of us were crying actually listening to her testimonial, but it seems, or it looks like the program itself helped her and changed her life.
And to my ROTC family, you were such a big part of my growth over the last 4 years. To my cadets, thank you for trusting me, for standing by me, and for making our time together something I'll always be proud of. You challenged me in the best ways, and every one of you helped me become stronger. I hope I was able to inspire you, even a fraction as much as you all inspired me. I found a second family in my cadets, and I'm so proud of the bond we built.
So I think you're talking about Cadet Lucero Osorio. So that was at the last graduation. She was the salutatorian. She did. So she said a lot of great things, and she did mention a small portion about ROTC and how it prepared her for her high school career, but then also, kind of life afterwards. I've actually only been a JCOTC instructor for the past 2 years, but I've seen in that period of time, what the program and then mentorship and then just guidance that ROTC instructors could be able to give them. But I feel that we have also focused and prepared them for the afterlife, like I mentioned before, after high school. Just the willingness to take on a bigger challenge, and look into, college, or maybe a little bit more responsibility when it comes into, being ready for the job force. There has been a small little group of individuals that wanted to join the military, and if anything, in my opinion, the knowledge and the confidence and just the experience that we've given them on like what to expect has prepared them for that next step in the military.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Sergeant Major Jose Molina. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Thank you for all the kids who are part of our community in Roselle. They're doing amazing, and we salute them, and please express them, or thank you for everything that they do. We hope the best for them, and we're gonna invite some of the kids in the next programs, so we can talk about a little more in depth about the program and what that means for them. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next program, and I hope you like this program. And one more time, thank you, and I'm going to leave you the mic to give a message to all the kids who don't know about the program or wanted to be in the program.
Just come and ask. There's a lot of kids and there's a lot of people that are hesitant and they assume some things, but I'm willing, and the other instructors willing, to be able to have a conversation, to be able to maybe give you a little bit more insight, and maybe being in JCOTC might be something that you might be interested in the future.
Thank you very much, Sergeant. Thank you to all, and we'll see you in the next program of Roselle Insider. See you later.